We're going to talk now about two very frequently used logs. One is the common log and the other is natural log. Pause the video for a minute and go ahead and write all of this down and then come back so that we can talk without you scrambling to write. Okay, so first we will look at the common log, and that is a log with our most common base, which is 10. So typically we write that as log base 10 of x. However, you know that mathematicians are lazy and we don't want to write things if we don't have to. So the 10, the most common log, that's why it's called a common log, is implied. And so we won't typically write a 10, just like we wouldn't write an exponent of 1 here on the x. So the 10 is implied, and if you don't have a base listed, it is assumed to be a 10. The natural log is a log with the natural base e that we learned about in our last lesson. So instead of writing log base e of x, this has its own special name called the natural log, or LN for short. Now I don't know why it's not NL, because that seems like it would be more appropriate. Natural log, not log natural. But anyway, nobody asked me. I also write this LN with a little scripty L so that I don't accidentally mistake it for a 1. So I suggest that maybe you get in the habit of doing the same. But if that doesn't work for you, that's fine. So instead of writing log base e of x, we write natural log of x. Remember that the natural log is the inverse of e, because we learned that exponential functions and log functions are inverses of each other. So in order to evaluate common and natural logs, because these are the most frequently used, they actually have their own special buttons on the calculator. So if we have a base of 10 or a base of e, we can use the calculator. So let's go there and evaluate log base 10 of 8 and natural log, which is log base e of 0.3. Here we are in an emulation of our calculator, our TI-84 Plus, and I want you to look down the left side buttons. And along the left side, about halfway down, is a button called log. That is a log base 10. So if we want to evaluate log base 10 of 8, or just log of 8, we simply push that button and stick an 8 in parentheses and say enter. And we'll get the number here on my screen. It's in the upper right corner, 0.903. And we will round that to 3 digits past the decimal typically. If we want to evaluate the natural log, that's the button right down below it, the LN button. So natural log, we had a 0.3, and if we enter with that one, we will get negative 1.204. All right, we are back here in our notes, and we found that the log of 8, or log base 10 of 8, is 0.903. And the natural log, or the log base e, of 0.3 is equal to negative 1.204. If we had any other base besides 10, the implied 10, or a natural log, which is an implied base e, we can't directly use the calculator and plug those in. There's not a way to put in a little subscript here. We will have to evaluate those the way that we did the ones up here above.